Hello. I'd like to welcome you back to the Advent 2020 experience. And I wanted to share with you that I'm going to be taking inspiration from this Advent companion and pretty much anything that comes across in my life. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. And before we begin with reflections and stories and things like that, I wanted to frame this a little bit. First, I wanted to tell you a tiny bit about me if you aren't familiar with me and this is the first time that you've met me or been in touch with me. This is a result of a transformation, an inner transformation. So a change outside caused me to reflect, and then lasting change is what I call transformation. So it's an inward journey that I began probably in 2007. And then it came to a pretty big head when my oldest graduated high school and David retired from the military in 2010. In 2013, I finally found some peace and created what I had been looking for. And I've been on this journey ever since. So Love Being Human was an inspiration that has become a way of teaching. Love Being Human is basically us getting to know ourselves internally and what we value and move towards what we want. So instead of away from what we fear or focusing on what we don't want, it's really to kind of squeeze the joy out of life and living and figure out how you do that personally, because the map is not the terrain. So even if I have a framework and I have a light, your path is unique to you. And that's really what I want to get into today, is just holding the intention for a daily practice with kindness. So less judgment and just becoming aware, just noticing, looking at yourself with curiosity. And maybe when something doesn't happen quite as planned, you can respond with, isn't that interesting? And that might be like, if you are a journaler, chances are you journal. I journal. Lots of my friends journal. If you set an intention to journal every day and one day you skip, you kind of get mad at yourself. You tell yourself, why am I not doing this? And so I just want to invite you, as you journey with me, to develop some kindness, to look at yourself with compassion. And that's a key thing as I go through sort of teaching and guiding. And the second thing that I want to place as a framework is for you to consider a specific place or a specific time that you're going to carve out some space for yourself to reflect and to just kind of prepare your heart, right? That's what Advent is for. So creating space and begin again and again. If you miss a day, if I miss a day, we're going to just keep on going and begin again and begin again. It's like when a toddler is learning how to walk. They don't sit down after that first fall and say, I'm not going to try again. They just keep going until they master it. And that's what this kind of journey is. It's not like running a race and finishing, going across the finish line. I like to say that we, as we're becoming, are like dinner. No, that's not okay. Dinner gets done. There's an end state, but we're more like laundry. You just keep going at it and going at it and going at it, just not expecting to ever be finished, because there's always a load of laundry to do. So that's the metaphor I have for the inner journey that you're taking. So just to recap, because I wanted this to be fairly short, and it looks like I'm at 4 minutes. So yay, I'm within my time constraint. Look at when you're doing this, where you're doing it. So it should be a physical space. It could be first thing in the morning before you get out of bed. It could be at night before you go to bed. Just create some trigger that reminds you of when it is, where it happens, and then ask yourself why. What are you becoming? Who do you want to be? And just let that answer sort of arise as you explore. these reflections. I'm really excited that you've joined me and that we're traveling together. And I look forward to the next video.